Hey guys, Tech Agent here. This is my first headphone review on YouTube. First of all, this is gonna be on the ZX700 headphone right here. It's by it's by Sony. Sorry for that. Uh, it's a pretty special headphone, at least for me, but it's not particularly a nice headphone. I'll be coming to that in a second, but first headphone review. My opinions are based on using an amplifier, although I'll be talking about portable players and stuff like that soon, but mainly it's with amplifiers and lossless tracks. So again, you're paying for the source, you're paying for the lossless tracks. That all adds up. If you already have that, then that's a different story, but if you don't, it's kind of going to reflect that. Anyways, this is the MDR-ZX700. I've done a full written review on Headphone. There'll be a link in the description. That's my first review on Headphone, so really excited about that. There'll be a written review on Headphone. Anyways, this is the headphone. It's actually pretty nice looking. As you can see, the design is pretty sharp in my opinion. It looks pretty good. It's fully adjustable. Very smooth clicks. Actually pretty smooth. Here are the ear pads. As you can see, they are very thin. There's not a lot of padding on the ear pads, but they isolate pretty well. In terms of isolation, I think these are quite good. So they're gonna block out a lot of noise, a lot of outside noise, in my opinion. As you guys can take a look at how the headphones really look. I just couldn't hear myself for a second because of the isolation. It's pretty good, pretty commendable in my opinion. The headband padding is very nice. Like, just look at this padding. This is pretty good stuff right here. This is all plastic. This is plastic. The bail is plastic. The cups are plastic. Everything on here is fully plastic. There are these ports right here. Now a lot of people say these are the bass ports. Actually, they're not. They're just to get rid of some resonances. But I think these are just for the looks. They don't do anything, because these ports, there should be some leakage, but there's nothing. So I think this is just for the aesthetics and something like that. It's not going to function as the way it should be. Mainly these are for getting rid of some resonances, but that causes coloration. But this is not going to do anything. So it's just a showpiece, if you will, showpiece. As you can see, if you have a pretty large head, the clamping is not going to be an issue. It's actually, the clamping is pretty light on this. You just don't feel the clamping at all. It's a pretty comfortable headphone, I have to say. In terms of comfort alone, I think this is quite good. Overall, it's pretty good. Now, if you're one of those people who likes to use this as a portable player, I think this is ideal portable. Ideal for the things, not for the sound. But the cable is pretty short. I don't know the length or anything, but check the description out. Pretty short cable. It comes with an extender in the box. That's good. But this is the cable with the headphones. Pretty small, pretty short. I should not say small. That's wrong. But it's pretty short, as you can see. Here's the termination. It goes from one place. I think that's the left hand side. Terminates from left goes to a 3.5mm headphone jack. It's not a screw on. It's snap on. So you get a perfect fit. Some people say screw on does not give you the most ideal fit, but I don't know. I've never had a problem with either, so I don't know. It might, but again, this is good. It's having the traditional Sony green rings, as you can see around here. It's pretty good, pretty nice. Left termination. It's a pretty thick termination right here. I'm not worried about this snapping off. I remember I use this in the gym many times. So what happens is that when I'm boxing, sometimes this comes out, like sometimes I just snap this and nothing happens. So it's a pretty rugged headphone. Although don't drop this or anything like that. It's not like the V6, which is a very rugged headphone. But this is pretty good. Although these parts don't feel pretty good. Now the biggest complaint on Headphone on many places about this headphone is the build quality. Now, if you take a closer look in the screen, you can see there's a very fine piece of wire going through here. Now this right here is a very fine piece of wire, and that wire is connecting the channel from right to left There are 4 wires being soldered there, and one is terminating again to your this. That is why there's a whole wire running through the headband connecting here, and this is where it pinches because there's a little bit of articulation like that, and that causes some pinching to the wire. Now with time, the wire is gonna get nasty and it's gonna pinch, and obviously you will get some channel problems in the future. So that's something you gotta keep in mind. Don't go crazy on, oh my god, I'm gonna give it a hard time. Just don't do that, otherwise it's gonna break. But if you it's not bad. In my opinion, it's not bad. The ear pads are removable. You can put some bare dynamic pads. I think the DT250 pads. I've seen some stupid mods when people doing bare dynamic, the circular pads, the weller pads. Stupid. I don't know why anybody would want to do that, because that just kills the isolation, kills the proper seal and everything like that. It's just not ideal. So you can do other things like the weller pads, which can be used like the V67506 on this, or the stock pads, or even the brainwaves pads can be put there. Although I've not tried those things. Now in terms of, did I miss something? Just let me think about that. Okay, design is pretty sharp. I like it. This is kind of a brushed metal finish with Sony, the Z1000, $500 closed headphone, the step above the ZX700 is having a mirror and with a Sony emblem, not an embossed logo. So you get a proper emblem. It's pretty nice, pretty sharp, but again, you're paying the extra and you don't get a lot of sound for the extra $400. I'll be coming to the Z1000 in a next video or something like that. But this is what you get. Pretty good looking headphone, very nice looking, pretty good for a portable. You can wear this around your neck, and it's fine. It does not bother your throat or anything like that. It's actually pretty good, not bad. In terms of sound, this is where things get really interesting. First of all, let me talk about, now I know my audience is, I'm going to be true to my audience, right? Because a lot of people don't understand audio terminology. I can go over that, I can be a hero, I know everything, but that's just stupid, right? If nobody understands, what's the point of the video? So let's talk about sound in the easiest way to explain, and then I'll be talking about some technical stuff further in the video. So this is just for the people who just want to just a short opinion of the headphone. First of all, if you listen to any kinds of electronic music, dance music and stuff like that, you will like this headphone. Now the reason I say that is because it equalizes pretty well. Now audiophiles don't equalize. Like, we don't use an EQ, we just use a flat frequency response. We don't do any bumps. Okay, 2 or 3 decibels is fine, but still I don't even do that. If you equalize like crazy and you don't really care about that, then you might have a good headphone in your hand. You can bump up the bass by 5 or 6 decibels in the equalizing low frequency distribution. You can do that and you can get a pretty nice bass response. It's pretty tight, very well extended, and that's pretty rare because when a bass is tight, it's not very well extended. But with this, when you want it to be tight, it's tight. When you want it to be well extended for jazz, it's well extended for jazz. It's pretty good for blues as well. But it is not high fidelity. When you're paying $100, I paid 5,000 something rupees for this, and I was expecting high fidelity. And at that time I bought it, I used to equalize as crazy. Like, I really did. I used to roll off the 2 kilohertz region. I did a lot of crazy stuff because at that time I was learning. I didn't know a lot of stuff about audio. But if you do that with this, you can get a pretty respectable sound. First of all, like the HE300, it's having a very well present spike in the 3 to 6 kilohertz region. Now 3 to 6, right? That's right. I think that's right. I don't know if I yeah, 3 to 6, I believe. That comes in the mid frequencies, going up to the lower treble. But what that really means in the easiest way to explain is that it sounds like a tin can. Now, not a tin can as you might expect from mobile phones, like the tinny sound. Not that. It sounds like a hollow cylinder being hit by a stick continuously. That's something I quoted on Headphone. Yeah, that's something like that. In some songs, it's absolutely unbearable. It's harsh, no detail. The bass sucks. It's just a very poor, dry presentation of sound. There's absolutely no musicality. The tonality is pretty bad in general. So if you are one of those people who likes a very warm signature, you will not get a warm signature out of it. Although it's a warm headphone, it's not a warm signature in most of the songs. If you listen to a lot of songs which are having a kind of a bass emphasis in it, with slightly rolled off mids coming up to the rather flat treble, then you get a pretty respectable sound. But for that, you got to find those tracks, and nobody's gonna find a specific track for a specific headphone. That's just crazy. If you do that, then you're wasting your time. But for this headphone to get a good sound, you got to do that, and that's unfortunate. This is mainly used for professional use. This is not a home audio or audiophile listening experience. Although it's pretty portable, I don't think this is a good home audio headphone. You can mix with it. You can get used to the normal the signature of the headphone, and you can do all that stuff with this headphone, and that's fine. You're gonna get a pretty respectable sound. You can assume how many decibels are missing and stuff like that. You can mix with this, but obviously nobody has that much knowledge, and nobody can assume so precisely. And if you can do that, then that's different. But if you cannot, I would not recommend it. So if you're watching a video, if you're a professional, you know what I'm talking about, then you might want to mix with this. But if you have a lot of more money, if you have like 50 bucks more, then I would recommend the Brainwaves HM5, the Fisher Audio FA003. Yeah, so as I said, the Brainwaves HM5 is a great headphone for the tonality and stuff like that. Just a very neutral headphone in general. I really like it. I think it's one of the best bargains of all time. The fidelity is just crazy in my opinion. Anyways, at the end of the day, if you ask me, I think the ZX is a pretty good headphone for I cannot say it's a bad headphone, but certainly it's not worth it. If you can buy this on Amazon for 50-60 bucks, then I don't think you can go wrong with this, because you get a lot in terms of $50. But if you're paying 5,500 bucks, then I think it's kind of a stretch. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's a bad headphone. Although it's not a good headphone, I think it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, it depends upon what you guys can understand out of it. There are better choices. The Ultrasound is a better headphone to get at the loss of some bass, as I said, at the loss of some treble and some bass emphasis. So if you listen to a lot of modern music, I think you will like the Ultrasound a bit more than this. Ultrasound again is an unnatural signature, but I don't, in my unboxing I call it neutral. That's weird, but yeah, check the Ultrasound out. It's pretty good. I'll be doing a review on that as well. This is the ZX700. I hope you guys liked it. It's my first review. My memory card got full, so I don't know, I lost some information. I'm filming it again, so if I forgot something or if I mentioned something before, then just forgive me for that. The video is kind of long. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the Sony MDR-ZX700. A good headphone, not the best, but in this $100 range there are no good headphones, not even the ADHM50s, because the ADHM50s are a headphone. Okay, there are a lot of fans that agree and they are better than the Beats and stuff like that. That's all fine, but at the end of the day, even the ADHM50s are not a good headphone. I'll be coming to the ADHM50s in another video, but check other headphones out. The Brainwaves, the Ultrasound, the Uptowns by Philips are again pretty good headphones, said to be pretty good headphones. I've never tried them. It depends upon what you guys think. Hope you liked it. First review on YouTube. I'm gonna do this way. I'm gonna continue doing this stuff, at least the reviews, and let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. This was the Sony MDR-ZX700. This was Tech Agent. Have a good one.